Standup Comedy, your host and MC, presents Comedy Appetizers, a podcast where you will find short comedy sets, stories, and funny bits from the famous and not so famous. Here is your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another bonus episode of An Audience of One. And this week, man, put on your seatbelts. We have something extra special all the way from Bali. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my good friend, Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Yakov, It's so great to chat with you. I heard that you have a story you might want to share with the audience.
Absolutely. It's a story that most people have not heard. It happened after the after I wanted to get out of the Soviet Union. And at that time, Jimmy Carter made a deal with the Soviet government because they needed food. They were starving. So he said, if you allow some people out of the country, we'll give you some grain. And so my parents and I were exchanged for some tons of wheat. So, yeah. So every time now I see a Wonder Bread truck, I salute, and then I wonder. But here's what the communists didn't want people to leave. They want to show the world that we're the best country on the planet. Nobody wants to leave. So they made it very difficult. So what they would do, they said, we'll let you go, but we'll only exchange you $100, and you need to survive all this time. And the American government didn't allow you in right away. They needed to check you out. So they didn't want anybody with bad records. So they didn't want Communist Party records, no criminal records, no Barry Manilow records, no bad records. So we're looking for, like, how can we survive? And we knew that they're going to send us to, like, Italy or some other. So to wait until Americans do the due diligence of their. And so from the grapevine, we hear that there is one item that there is no restriction on how many you can take with you. And they're very cheap in the Soviet Union, very expensive in Italy. And it was condoms. And I'm not joking. This was true.
I did not know that.
Condoms were 1 penny in the Soviet Union and $1 in Italy. Talk about bang for your buck. or buck for your bang, right? So we go and we buy as many condoms as we can and put them all in one suitcase, my mother's, because we figured nobody's going to ask her, are you a working woman? You know, so we get to, and they let us through, and we got all these condoms through Italy, and we went on the open market, and we set the suitcase down, opened it, and the condom store was erected right there.
Right there
on the spot. And my parents, who never seen capitalism before, became, like, really good at selling this stuff. And so my dad became in charge of advertising. He was making balloon animals out of those things, and they all look like snakes. And my mom, this Russian lady who is like, she translated phrase from Russian to Italian, and she would see people, like somebody who could be a potential buyer, and she would hold up those condoms, point at me, and say, if you don't want to have a kid like this, buy a condom. And people would just crack up with the 50, 60-year-old lady, whatever she was at that time, doing this shtick. And they would crack up and they would buy 2 or 3. And so that, it's ironic that condoms supposed to prevent life from happening. It saved our life.
Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's true story. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. And I've known you all these years, and I did not know that story. You are the condom king.
Yes, condom. Went from condoms to condominiums. Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you, Yakov Smirnoff, for sharing a little bit of funny with my audience and our special bonus show, An Audience of One. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Yakov Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday for another new show.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Comedy Appetizers. Be sure to share with family and friends, and we will see you this Sunday for our regular podcast, your host and MC, and again next Friday for another episode of Comedy Appetizers. Bye!